The first time I heard his voice, I was 12 years old. It was late at night, and I was home alone. My parents had gone out for the evening, and I was watching TV in the living room when I started hearing this whispering coming from the hallway. At first, I couldn't make out what the whispering man was saying, but as I listened intently, I started to hear the words, "Help me, let me in." I remember that the hairs on the back of my neck stood up, and I quickly turned off the TV and went to my room to get my stuffed animal, Mr. Huggles. I took Mr. Huggles with me and sat on the living room floor, just listening. The whispering continued, and it sounded like the man was getting closer. And all of a sudden, the front door burst open and the whispering stopped. I don't know if it was the wind or what, but the door opened right up on its own. Of course, I didn't go outside to check. I just stayed on the floor in the fetal position until my parents came home. When they got back, I told them about the whispering man and the open door, but they just laughed and said that I was just making things up because I had been watching too much TV. Well, last night, it happened again. I was home alone and watching TV when I started hearing the whispering again. I tried to ignore it, but it was getting louder, and I could make out the words, "Let me in, let me in." I told myself it was just the wind, but then the whispering stopped. And when I went to the living room, I saw that the front door was open. I called my parents' phone, but it went straight to voicemail. I was home alone. I decided to go check on the door. As I got closer, I could hear the wind whistling through the keyhole. Once I got up close, I could hear the whispering again. It was coming from outside the door. I ran away as fast as I could and locked myself in my room. But this time, I could hear the whispering coming from inside the walls. It sounded like he was right behind me, right in my closet. I could feel his hot breath on my neck because I screamed and cried. Mr. Huggles was no help this time. Then this morning, after, of course, barricading myself in my room for the night, I got up and went downstairs. My parents were still asleep, so I made some breakfast and started watching TV. Then all of a sudden, the whispering started up again. It was coming from the TV. I turned it off and it stopped. I tried to change the channel, but every time I did, I could hear the whispering man say my name. My name is Name. What do you think? Is there a whispering man in your house? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to follow for more scary stories.